Elderly man suddenly collapsed from a heart attack. His mute wife woke with a jolt and rushed to their son's house for help, but the son was in a deep sleep and didn't wake no matter how hard she tried. His wife, annoyed by the commotion, showed nothing but disgust and told the old woman to leave immediately. Just then, the daughter of the elderly couple called. Though unable to speak, the old woman desperately tapped on her phone, trying to get her daughter's attention, but the daughter-in-law had already noticed. She rushed over, snatched the phone, and casually lied, saying it was a wrong number. The daughter didn't suspect anything. She mentioned she'd be back the next afternoon, and thanked her brother and his wife for taking care of their parents all year. She even said she'd transfer $1,000,000 to her brother to help him build a new house. Upon hearing that, the daughter-in-law's expression instantly changed. She lit up with joy, quickly woke her husband, and the two jumped with excitement. Meanwhile, the old woman was on the verge of tears. She frantically used sign language to explain what had happened to her husband. Only then did the son finally realize something was wrong. Panicked, he scrambled out the door, but by the time he reached his father, the old man was already foaming at the mouth and unconscious. He was rushed to the hospital, but the doctors could only shake their heads. The delay had been fatal. There was nothing more they could do. The old woman collapsed to the ground, consumed by grief. The son was overwhelmed with regret, but the daughter-in-law remained disturbingly calm. She reminded her husband that now wasn't the time to cry. If his sister found out their father had died, not only would the million be off the table, but they might also be blamed for the delay in treatment. Suddenly the son understood. The daughter-in-law even suggested they keep the death a secret until the money had been transferred. That way it would be too late for the sister to change her mind. Furious and heartbroken, the old woman tried to call her daughter via video, but before the call could connect, the daughter-in-law snatched the phone, sent a message saying it was an accidental dial, and turned the phone off, completely cutting off all contact. Thousands of miles away, the daughter grew suspicious. Her mother had never called so late. She tried to call back, but the phone was off. Without hesitation, she told her assistant they were flying back first thing in the morning. The next day, the father's funeral was rushed through. The daughter-in-law cried loudly, putting on a perfect show. Villagers even praised her for being such a dutiful daughter-in-law. Then, the village elder casually asked why the daughter hadn't returned yet. The old woman saw her chance. She frantically gestured for help, only to be forcefully restrained by the daughter-in-law, who quickly explained that the sister was too busy and would arrive in the afternoon. The elder was furious, saying they definitely need to have a word with her when she arrived. The old woman stomped her foot in chagrin, while her daughter-in-law whispered threats. If she dared to speak up again, she'd be forced to drink something that would keep her quiet. Helpless, the old woman endured in silence. As the funeral procession prepared to leave, something unexpected happened. At the village entrance, wearing high heels, the elder daughter appeared. She had just called to say she'd arrived, sending her brother into a panic. He rushed inside to hide all traces of what had happened, planning to stall her with a trip to a restaurant and cover up the truth. But before they could act, the sister pushed open the courtyard gate and saw everything they had tried so desperately to hide.